first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live streaming here at the Fox 12 Oregon Newsroom. We do this every weekday starting at 1 o'clock and we go throughout the afternoon and we cover a wide range of topics here on this show. But today we're going to get have a conversation about Two Towns Cider House. I mean, an amazing company that's just the success of Two Towns is really a great story just for the state of Oregon, for the region, and it's something that we're going to be discussing right now, that and all the charitable side of their organization as well, including Bowser's Boo Bash. So many things to cover. To do all of this, we are joined now by Aaron Sarnoff-Wood, co-founder of Two Towns. And Aaron, great to have you on here. I, like a lot of people, am a fan of the cider. But I wanted to just, talk about your company, and this organization that you created, from what I understand, about 15 years ago, if that's right. I mean, that's pretty crazy to see this much growth in 15 years. Can you take us back to maybe the founding of this? A little bit of that story I think would be great for everybody, of just how this all got started.
Sure. Thank you, Greg, and thank you for having me on this afternoon. Yeah, I started the company almost 16 years ago with my business partner now, Lee Larson. He and I grew up together. We were childhood friends, and his family moved to Spain at the end of high school, and I went over and visited him in, I think, the early 2000s. And we really developed a taste for cider, which was really common in Spain. And when we came back to the U.S., we just didn't find the cider that we liked. And so it seemed crazy to us, seeing as how Oregon and Washington grow about 75% of the apples in the United States. So we had access to the fruit, and so we got to work. We started making cider in our basement. And it was actually on his wedding day that we made all the beer, the wine, and the cider for that wedding. And the cider keg kicked first, and that was the day we decided to go into business.
That's a good sign right there. Wait, so you made all the beer, wine for the wedding? That seems like a lot of work.
That's right. Yeah, we've and it's funny because we did the same for my wedding, so it's become a tradition.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, and also, that had to be interesting too, because you've clearly been working on it, and obviously it was a success. But at the same time, you're putting it out there not knowing necessarily how people are going to react. So when you first started making, the cider, knowing that this is what you want to do, what was that process like of getting people to try it and be like, okay, here's our creation. What do you think?
Yeah, when we first started, we didn't have any big financial backing or anything. It was just our own personal savings, and frankly, we were too crazy to know any better. So we started in an old garage. And we basically, my partner still had a day job, so we brewed by night, and by day I was our entire sales force, and I drove around both Corvallis and Eugene in my Kia Sophia. I had it loaded up with cider in the back, and I would just go into stores, bars, restaurants, pour samples, and just introduce people to cider. When we first started, cider was really not a common beverage in Oregon, and so a lot of it was just education on, what is cider, and this breadth of flavor that you can get from just an apple.
Right. People didn't really know, and so going from where you've started now, seeing the growth of the cider industry. And particularly Two Towns. It's got to feel pretty good, being at the precipice of that.
Well, it's come a ways from our garage. We've got over 150 employees now. We distribute it in 17 states. We're the number 2 cider in the nation in grocery sales, and we actually passed Budweiser in Oregon for grocery dollar sales. So again, blows my mind. When we first started, we had thought that we were going to be a cidery for 2 towns, Corvallis and Eugene. I was living in Eugene at the time, my partner Corvallis, and we thought, these are rival college towns, and we'll brew something nice to bring them together. And it's changed a lot since then, but we like to think that ethos is still with us today.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. So you don't have to drive around in the Kia, I think it was, that you said.
No.
You had to go.
Kia's long gone.
So Kia's long gone. Moved on from there. Well, with this growth and all these employees and everything that you have now, and just seeing Two Towns where it's at, there's the charitable side of things. Of giving back and doing that. So for you, as a co-founder and speaking for Two Towns in general, how important is that aspect of the business to partner with different organizations?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a privilege. As we started small, the community really supported us and made it possible for us to be the business that we are today. So, I think, with our scale today, I feel it is a personal responsibility to be able to give back to the communities that made us what we are.
And let's talk about some of those things, some of those organizations that you work with. I mean, in particular, I know there's the Bowser's Boo Bash, which is coming up, but in general, for people to understand some of that work that you do.
Yeah, so obviously we've been a long-term partner with the Humane Society. I think we're going on 8 or 9 years now that we partnered with them for an annual program. But beyond that, we've done Scholarship for Change. That's an annual scholarship awarded to underrepresented students who are studying at Oregon State University in the Fermentation Sciences program. We throw our annual harvest party, and that's a big party to bring everybody together, try cider, enjoy local food, music. But we also donate the proceeds every year to a recipient. This year, we chose Planned Parenthood. So we got to support that organization. We do a number of environmental initiatives. We partnered with One Tree Planted, planting trees, all of them down the West Coast. We worked with, the Corvallis Center, Environmental Center, and the Freshwater Illustrated. And of course, a lot of our team likes to volunteer as well. So you'll see a lot of us out there. Locally, we work with the Majestic Theater, Philomath Frolic, the Corvallis Knights, Benton County Rodeo, really just a wide breadth of things that we like to support because, again, we all live in our community here and we want to make the best community we can.
Right, yeah, part of the community. I mean, and all those different organizations that you mentioned too. I mean, they kind of sound like fun to work with on top of that. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's pretty.
When we got into cider in the first place, we really wanted to, take our love of craft and share it, have people enjoy it when they're having fun.
Yeah, so it's like a win-win-win for everybody across the board right there. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Well, for the Oregon Humane Society, let's talk about Bowser's Boo Bash, which is coming up. I'm going to show everybody here just to get an idea. If you have not seen that, this is what's coming up. So tell us about this and just what's coming up with this this big event.
Yeah, so it's big dog-friendly costume gathering. So it's a fun Halloween-themed party in support of animal shelters. It's held at the Zenith Vineyards up at Neola, Amity Hills. It's great. It's just a fun way to support the community and help raise funds so that the Humane Society can keep helping pets, help homing pets that are in need of a little bit of help. So there's music, there's food. It's a good time for all.
Music, food, and you already said, I think, those are great, but dogs in costumes also,
Dogs in costumes. They're doing costume contests, so you can even, I think they're even doing a contest for owner and pet, as a duo. So it should be pretty fun to see some of the creative costumes they come up with.
That is awesome. So that is coming up. So we just showed that there for you. For everybody watching, there it is once more. We've got more details too at kptv.com. You can go there and find out how to get tickets, or you can scan that QR code that's right there on your screen for that. Well, Aaron, while I have you here, I had just a cider question for you.
Shoot.
With all the breadth of different flavors and different styles that you have, is there one particular, say, fruit, I guess that would be the right thing to say, out there that you want to try to make a cider out of that you've not been able to yet?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. I was going to say we just launched our huckleberry cider, which of course brings it back for me. We used to make I used to make jam out of huckleberries when we went camping as a kid. So it's fun to be able to finally make a cider using one of my favorite ingredients there. But as far as ingredients that we haven't had a chance to play with yet, that's an interesting question. It's not one I get too often. Quince, I guess, is a fun fruit that's has a lovely aroma and I think would make a really nice cider. So that might be something on the horizon.
I could definitely see quince working out really well for that. I remember having quince jam a lot as a kid, or quince jelly. Yeah, good one. I was just kind of curious about that, because of all the different things that you've done here over the last 15 years, where that goes, because there's always something new. So huckleberry now out there that people can try, or anything else that you think is important just for people to know about Two Towns and just about the organizations that you work with.
Well, again, we just love to work with nonprofits. If there's other groups out there that are doing good in the community, please feel free to reach out. We're open and easy partners. As long as you're doing good in the community, we're here to help.
Fantastic. Well, man, thank you very much for joining us here. I really appreciate, your time and just a great story here from the Northwest and continued growth. So 15 years and here's where you are. Who knows the next 15 years? I mean, it's pretty amazing.
A few more gray hairs is what's going to happen.
A few more gray hairs, yeah, but still awesome stuff that you're doing. So thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 12 Now. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for the time.
And for everybody watching, we are live streaming here, but we're going to take a break. We've got more coming up. We're here every weekday starting at 1. We go throughout the afternoon. So if there's breaking news between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m., I will have that for you. Otherwise, we've got lots of other segments and conversations coming up. We're going to talk about bears. Now is the time of year when black bears are out there eating a lot. And it's important to know that, especially if you live in an area where there are a lot of black bears, the Coast Range, the Cascades. It's important to know what you should be doing and what you should not be doing to discourage them from being on your property or coming into your house. So we've got the ODFW, Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, joining next. So that's going to be at 2 o'clock. But we'll take a break for right now. I will talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibble. This is Fox 12 Now.